Laying the foundation and figuring out how to tell your story as an entrepreneur and as an early stage company is really important, and it's also really difficult. In my opinion, by necessity, in the early days, a company and a brand, they're the same thing. And your brand is based on the truth of your company and the proposition of your company. Most importantly, the benefit you're creating for your customers. That's literally the truth of your company. And as the company grows over time, at some point in the arc of the scaling, becoming a much larger company, there's an evolution that happens where your culture starts to be established and you start to define what's important. Your brand starts to drive your product. But it's not that way at the start, and it ought not to be. And this is true of great brands. When you think about great brands that have grown up, like Apple or Nike, they all start with the core product truth of this incredible innovation, and then over time, the company matures and becomes more aware of its culture and what it wants to do and how it wants to change the world, and the brand starts to drive the product. It's, I think, a universal truth for startups at the early stage that they're not going to be paying for attention. They're going to be earning it. There's some basic principles of what we call earned media that are really critical to pay attention to. You're going to get ahead when you get other people talking about you and other people talking about your company. That's why it's so important to have a very simple benefit statement, because it's not for you, it's for other people to repeat in the world. That's really critical. Something that's really worth thinking about too is to think, what communications, what conversations are already going on in culture right now? What are people really interested that's ancillary or related or adjacent to what we do as a company? And ask yourself, how can you insert yourself in the middle of those conversations? Because then what you're always trying to do with earned media is, draft on other people's brand until they can draft off your brand.